Noli me Tangere. The learners are expected to appraise important characters in the novel and what they represent. Examine the present Philippine situation through the examples mentioned in the Noli. Is a novel by Filipino polymath and national hero Jose Rizal, first published in 1887 in Berlin. Early English translations used titles like An Eagle Flight, 1900, and The Social Cancer, 1912, but more recent translations have been published using the original Latin title. Though originally written in Spanish, it is more commonly published and read in the Philippines in either Filipino or English. Together with its sequel, El Filibusterismo, the reading of Noli is obligatory for junior high school students throughout the archipelago. Major characters. Juan Crisostomo Ibarra y Magdalene, commonly referred to in the novel as Ibarra or Crisostomo, is the protagonist in the story. Son of a Filipino businessman, Don Rafael Ibarra, he studied in Europe for 7 years. Ibarra is also Maria Clara's fiancé. Several sources claim that Ibarra is also Rizal's reflection. Both studied in Europe and both persons believe in the same ideas. Upon his return, Ibarra requested the local government of San Diego to construct a public school to promote education in the town. In the sequel to Noli, El Filibusterismo, Ibarra returned with a different character and name. Maria Clara de los Santos y Alba, commonly referred to as Maria Clara, is Ibarra's fiancé. She was raised by Capitan Tiago, San Diego's cabeza de barangay, and is the most beautiful and widely celebrated girl in San Diego. In the later parts of the novel, Maria Clara's identity was revealed as an illegitimate daughter of Father Damaso, former parish curate of the town, and Doña Pia Alba, wife of Capitan Tiago. In the end, she entered local covenant for nuns Beterio de Santa Clara. In the epilogue dealing with the fate of the characters, Rizal stated that it is unknown if Maria Clara is still living within the walls of the convent or she is already dead. The character of Maria Clara was patterned after Leonor Rivera, Rizal's first cousin and childhood sweetheart. Don Santiago de los Santos, known by his nickname Tiago and political title Capitan Tiago, is a Filipino businessman and the cabeza de barangay or head of barangay of the town of San Diego. He is also the known father of Maria Clara. In the novel, it is said that Capitan Tiago is the richest man in the region of Binondo and he possessed real properties in Pampanga and Laguna de Bay. He is also said to be a good Catholic, friend of the Spanish government, and was considered as a Spanish by colonialists. Capitan Tiago never attended school, so he became a domestic helper of a Dominican friar who taught him informal education. He married Pia Alba from Santa Cruz. Damaso Verdolagas or Padre Damaso is a Franciscan friar and the former parish curate of San Diego. He is best known as a notorious character that speaks with harsh words and has been a cruel priest during his stay in the town. He is the real father of Maria Clara and an enemy of Crisostomo's father, Rafael Ibarra. Later, he and Maria Clara had bitter arguments whether she would marry Alfonso Linares or go to a convent. At the end of the novel, he is again reassigned to a distant town and is found dead one day. In popular culture, when a priest was said to be like Padre Damaso, it means that he is a cruel but respectable individual. When one says a child is anak ni Padre Damaso, child of Padre Damaso, it means that the child's father's identity is unknown. Elias is Ibarra's mysterious friend and ally. Elias made his first appearance as a pilot during a picnic of Ibarra and Maria Clara and her friends. He wants to revolutionize the country and to be freed from Spanish oppression. Filosofo Tasio, known by his Filipinized name Pilosopo Tasio, is another major character in the story. Seeking for reforms from the government, he expresses his ideals in paper written in a cryptographic alphabet similar from hieroglyphs and Coptic figures, hoping that the future generations may be able to decipher it and realize the abuse and oppression done by the conquerors. His full name is only known as Don Anastasia. The educated inhabitants of San Diego labeled him as Filosofo Tasio, Tasio the Sage, while others called him as Tasio el Loco, Insane Tasio, due to his exceptional talent for reasoning. Doña Victorina de los Reyes de Espadaña, commonly known as Doña Victorina, is an ambitious Filipina who classifies herself as Spanish and mimics Spanish ladies by putting on heavy makeup. The novel narrates Doña Victorina's younger days. She had lots of admirers, but she did not choose any of them because nobody was a Spaniard. Later on, she met and married Don Tiburcio de Espadaña, an official of the Customs Bureau who is about 10 years her junior. However, their marriage is childless. Her husband assumes the title of medical doctor even though he never attended medical school. Using fake documents and certificates, Tiburcio practices illegal medicine. Tiburcio's usage of the title doctor consequently makes Victorina assume the title Dra. Doctora, female doctor. Apparently, she uses the whole name Doña Victorina de los Reyes de Espadaña, with double de to emphasize her marriage surname. She seems to feel that this awkward titling makes her more sophisticated. Sisa, Crispin, and Basilio represent a Filipino family persecuted by the Spanish authorities. Narcissa or Sisa is the deranged mother of Basilio and Crispin. Described as beautiful and young, although she loves her children very much, she cannot protect them from the beatings of her husband, Pedro. Crispin is Sisa's 7-year-old son. An altar boy, he was unjustly accused of stealing money from the church. After failing to force Crispin to return the money he allegedly stole, Father Salva and the head sacristan killed him. It is not directly stated that he was killed, but the dream of Basilio suggests that Crispin died during his encounter with Padre Salva and his minion. Basilio is Sisa's 10-year-old son. An acolyte tasked to ring the church bells for the Angelus, he faced the dread of losing his younger brother and the descent of his mother into insanity. At the end of the novel, Elias wished Basilio to bury him by burning in exchange of chest of gold located on his death ground. He will later play a major role in El Filibusterismo. Due to their tragic but endearing story, these characters are often parodied in modern Filipino popular culture. There are a number of secondary and minor characters in Noli Me Tangere. Items indicated inside the parenthesis are the standard Filipinization of the Spanish names in the novel. Padre Hernando de la Sibila is a Dominican friar. He is described as short and has fair skin. He is instructed by an old priest in his order to watch Crisostomo Ibarra. Padre Bernardo Salva is the Franciscan curate of San Diego, secretly harboring lust for Maria Clara. He is described to be very thin and sickly. It is also hinted that his last name, Salva, is the shorter form of Salva, meaning salvation, or Salva, is short for salvaje, meaning bad, hinting to the fact that he is willing to kill an innocent child, Crispin, just to get his money back, though there was not enough evidence that it was Crispin who has stolen his 2 onzas. El Alferez or Alpers, he is the chief of the Guardia Civil, mortal enemy of the priests for power in San Diego and husband of Doña Consolacion. Doña Consolacion. She is the wife of the Alferez, nicknamed as La Musa de los Guardias Civils, the muse of the civil guards, or La Alfereza, was a former laundrywoman who passes herself as a peninsular, best remembered for her abusive treatment of Sisa. Don Tiburcio de Espadaña is a Spanish quack doctor who is limp and submissive to his wife, Doña Victorina. Teniente Guevara is a close friend of Don Rafael Ibarra. He reveals to Crisostomo how Don Rafael Ibarra's death came about.